Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here once again with another video on The Flash Season 6. And we've actually got some stuff to talk about. Obviously we had a trailer last week, but now we actually have promo images for that. Well, I guess the same episode, even though the trailer breakdown had, or that trailer had 3 episodes in it. But this is the stuff for some episode 10 stuff. This is the stuff for some episode 10 stuff, if that even makes any sense. But this episode's called Marathon. This comes on not this coming week, but the week after. So we have another week or so to go, about a week and a half until the Flash is actually properly back. I know it's a bit of a longer wait, but it means we probably won't get at least as long as a break in, like, you know, we get like some of those random breaks in, like, 2/3 of the way through the season. We might skip out on that, or at least shorten one of those breaks. So I guess that's good. Anyway. But yeah, there's a bunch of promo images here, and some of them are super interesting. Like, there's, I think, 2 or 3, even though they just revolve, there were about 2 or 3 here that revolve around one thing that I'm sort of surprised they put in the promo images. They're really surprising, as I said, or just really interesting. We'll get to them in a second. But of course, the synopsis for this episode was released as well. We'll go over that, and then we'll jump straight into the promo images. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know your various opinions in the comments section down below. Which of this stuff gets you, the most intrigued and everything like that. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. Just let me know all of that in the comments section down below. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and this stuff intrigues you and gets you excited for the return of the Flash in, as I said, about a week and a half, why not drop a like on the video to show support and excitement. After the Citizen prints an explosive story, Iris's life is threatened. Refusing to hide from those that are attacking her, Iris sets out to expose a dangerous organization. Meanwhile, Barry must face the consequences of the crisis and fulfill Oliver Queen's wish for him. But let's jump straight into these promo images. So the first one we have is Joe looking at Iris as if he's not that happy and very concerned. And Iris obviously has an injury on her arm. The next one is actually the first promo image that we got for this episode. And then we got this, like, oh god, ages ago, like a month and a half ago. I think it was like maybe during Crisis, or like a week after those first 3 episodes of Crisis aired. We got it a while ago. So we have that. We'll go back to the Joe picture. He's looking at Iris saying, hey, what'd you do? You got an injured arm? Did you do something stupid? I don't know. Yeah, why you got the boots on the bed? I don't know. But anyway, in the background, there's actually a news report for McCulloch Technologies. So if you don't know, McCulloch Technologies will play a somewhat big role, I guess, from what we heard. It's only been mentioned in one interview, really, so it's hard to tell if it's going to be big or just going to be, I guess, a consistent role throughout the back half of the season, or at least the early episodes of the back half of the season. But Eva McCulloch, who's a gender-swapped version or a gender-bent version of Evan McCulloch from the comics, who's a Mirror Master, will be coming in. It seems that maybe the timeline has changed, and the Mirror Gun from the end of last season of The Flash maybe didn't end up in those circumstances, or she retrieved it and everything like that. So I can't really read the news if it has anything to do with it. I think it says something about a press conference, but I don't know if that's necessarily for McCulloch Technologies. But seeing that the logo, that picture's up there, you have to assume it is. I'm trying to see what it says. I don't know. The promo image, obviously, it's zoomed out a bit, so I can't really read it, to be completely honest. But yeah, McCulloch Technologies are at least a focus in episode 10, and I think Evan McCulloch's going to play a role in some of the changes from Crisis and the new timeline of this Prime Earth, or Earth Prime, whatever you want to call it. But here we do see the ladies, or the women, of the Central City Citizen and Cisco. They've all got long hair, but there's 3 ladies here and Cisco. If Cisco had his back turned, maybe you would think he's a 4th member of the ladies. But anyway, they're talking here. I don't necessarily know. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I do know. Just based off this first one here, it just looks like they're having a chat, having a bit of a catch-up. But if we move to the next one, Camilla's got her camera and is showing Cisco a photo. Now, as we know, the ladies of the Central City Citizen are going to be sort of around that whole secret organization. Obviously, Iris is going to be heading it up. We're going to see Iris mainly with that, and I guess the other 2 ladies of Allegra and Camilla will be, I guess, assisting her from time to time, but it will be a mainly Iris storyline, especially, I guess, with the way Iris is at the beginning of this back half, if we base it off the trailer, where she's a bit more, she was getting ready for life without Barry, so she's definitely a bit more forceful with what she's doing, and I guess maybe determined is a good word to use. But Cisco's having a look, so I'm guessing maybe they got a photo of maybe some metas attached to this organization, or just more members of this organization, just like, people in suits. walking around, and maybe they were around certain areas and stuff like that. So it will be interesting to see how quickly this develops, or if maybe they focus on some Iris stuff, digging deeper into it before maybe it's exposed and we see like 100% what they're up to and I guess what they're aiming to do as well. So it will be interesting, but I guess one of the coolest thing is, and I pointed this out in my trailer breakdown from just over a week ago, is that Cisco's got a Superman shirt on. So this is another highlight of like them all being on one Earth, and if Cisco would be the guy to have a Superman shirt. Honestly, am waiting for a Batman shirt. I think we will get that, but then again, Batman existed on Earth 1, but I guess he was, I don't know, he should, I guess, have had a Batman shirt by now. But if he's got the Superman shirt, maybe we'll get the Batman shirt coming in a second as well. But the other image here is Nash Wells approaching Cisco. Cisco's like, "Hey, what's the matter, you?" And I don't know. But we knew Nash was back, so we knew it in the 5th part. So this isn't like too much of a surprise. I guess the big thing here is like, I wonder what Nash's like story is going to be in the back half, because I remember leading into this season they said that Nash's story was going to be very emotional and everything like that, and it wasn't really like that in the first half. It was just more like them leading up to him becoming pariah. But now that he's out of that, I guess this is where that emotional storyline will start. So I'm intrigued to see what kicks it off and also where it goes as well. But this is the very interesting couple of photos I was 100% referring to earlier on, and we start off with just one where it's Nash Wells and you have Allegra in the background, but you can see like a map of the world. At the top you can see Of Solitude, so it's obviously Fortress of Solitude there. Behind Wells you can sort of see like Star City, National City. I think that's meant to say, I guess, something. I don't know what's that meant to say down there. I don't know, it's meant to say something down there. It's got a map of the world where there's different things where events took place, I guess you could say. But it's the next one, which is the most interesting, where we have Nash talking to Allegra. I think Allegra might play a big role, I guess, in Nash's back half story, because it sort of hinted to it in the first half. But behind Nash's butt, I guess you could see, is OST-CR, which is going to stand for post-crisis. That's what it means. And you can see more of the map there. I think the map sort of doesn't mean too much, to be completely honest, but it's when we move to behind Allegra where we go, wow. And they haven't shown all of it, and they've actually been very smart, I guess, with cutting off some stuff as well, which I think is pretty interesting, because there's one bit here which I wish Allegra was standing a bit more over, I guess, towards Nash, because we'd be able to 100% confirm if something was changed or not. But this is the new post-crisis timeline. So this is everything merged with all the different Earths and stuff like that. So if we start from like the top, it says particle accelerator explodes, something invades something city. I'm trying to remember what that would be. What would that be? I'm trying to think. Would it AY invades something city? What was in Flash season 1? That was Arrow season 3. So that was Ra's al Ghul. So I don't know what that would be. It says something wakes up from coma, so it's already Barry, and then it says SH with multiple exclamation marks. That means the Flash. And then Sarp Diggle. What's Sarp Diggle? What does that mean? SARP Diggle. Oh no, Sarah Diggle. I'm so stupid. Sorry. Sarah Diggle. Does that mean Sarah Diggle was born then? Or maybe John and Sarah Diggle, are they twins? Are they going to make it that they'll confirm that they're twins? Sarp Diggle. Am I dumb? Anyway, Sarah Diggle. That's just a weird A. It looks like a P. But anyway, if we move down next to just above 2016, it says Barry/Cara team up. So that's the first time, I guess, that Barry and Cara team up, because we'll move into it in a second, I guess. This is the big thing that a lot of people were talking about on Twitter. Zoom's army invades, and then bracket says, created by Singularity, not from Earth 2, question mark, question mark. So that's a big thing that they're going to be talking about, because I don't think they're going to be able to read the multiverse, because we sort of got that from the trailer. Maybe by this point they can read the multiverse, that it is there, but maybe they're a bit unsure, maybe necessarily where Zoom would have come from. But it will be interesting, I guess, if he was created by the Singularity. Maybe he was stuck somewhere and got shot out after it. I don't know. Then it says the Dominator invasion, which, yeah, that was just the invasion crossover. But it also says the Ray debuts. So the Ray originally was from Earth 1, then went to Earth X. But does this mean that Earth X never existed, or he never left to go to Earth X, I guess, because of the whole issue with the multiverse? So that's pretty interesting. If we go down, it says Bruce Wayne last seen in Gotham, which fits up with Batwoman's timeline. Supergirl debuts in National City, which lines up, which then goes up to the whole Barry and Cara team up later on. And then Rip Hunter recruits the Legends. So that's all the same and everything like that. I guess the big question with the Rip Hunter thing is, would there maybe be some more heroes there that potentially could have been recruited into the Legends now with this new timeline? That's probably something that a lot of people bring up. But I guess it's hard to make that work on the show. Anyway, And just above that in 2017, it says Barry/Iris, and it obviously says wedding, and it says interrupted by something traveling Nazis. Now, it will be interesting to see if they think it's still the multiverse, so it says multiversal traveling Nazis, or if maybe it's changed after Crisis, and maybe it was time traveling Nazis. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. Because obviously they were from Earth X, where it was a Nazi-controlled Earth, or the Nazis won World War II. So it'll be interesting to see what that timeline piece is there. And then above that we have President Marsden exposed, so they're mashing up the Supergirl Earth. So President Marsden, or played by Linda Carter, aka Wonder Woman, was president of this Earth and was exposed as an alien. Black Lightning returns, Thunder debuts, and Batwoman debuts as well. And I'm sure there's probably some stuff behind Allegra as well, and even some more to the left as well. So I can't wait to see that full board, because it could reveal some very, very interesting things. And the final bunch of promo images here are pretty interesting as well. We have Diggle coming over. Now, for those wondering, like, Diggle will serve a purpose in the story, obviously, because it's connected to Oliver, but David Ramsey was free. So David Ramsey plays Diggle. He was free because I think at the time they're filming this episode, they were filming the backdoor pilot for Green Arrow and the Canary, so he wasn't working, so he could come and do Flash, which is pretty cool. But we can see him and Barry. I don't know if they're necessarily working together, or Barry was working and then Diggle showed up, but it's good to see Barry doing some CSI work, I guess. But Iris seems to be home at the same time as well. She's doing her job as well. We can see, Diggle giving Iris a cuddle. Barry's like, hey, don't steal my girl. You got your own wife, Diggle. You deal with that. You got 2 kids, mate. Stop stealing my girl. Anyway, here's an interesting thing which we obviously saw in the trailer, but we saw it in like an Argus cell. So I guess the Argus cell might be at the end of the episode, but we can see, or maybe it's before this. I don't know, it's hard to tell. You can't really tell because I think they're wearing the exact same clothes as well in the trailer with them in the cell, and then right here. But Barry's holding Oliver's mask, which obviously Barry gave Oliver back in season 2. Saw stupid people online saying, why does Barry get the mask? He shouldn't have the mask. William or Mia and Felicity should have the mask. Stupid. Barry gave it to him. What's wrong with him getting the mask back? It's fitting. It's perfect. Anyway, I don't know if they're looking at something specific, like there's an encrypted code or something on there. Maybe Barry's just like holding it saying, oh, I got the mask and stuff like that. But maybe there is like some sort of weird message on there. I have no idea, but they're sort of looking in a very quizzical way. Even there's like another show where Barry seems to be like looking at it more in depth. So maybe there is something there. Or maybe there's blood. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what's on there, which is making Barry super, super focused on it. But yeah. And then there's a last image where it's Barry and Iris together. Yeah, it's just them together. I think maybe it's them coming to a resolution of maybe an issue in this episode. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on here with them two, but yeah, that's the end of the promo images. So there's some pretty interesting stuff in here. I'm even more intrigued and excited for this episode following that goddamn board with the timeline on it. Can't wait to see how that plays out. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it, guys. Let me know all your opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.